So how do you buy properties with no money out of your pocket? Today we're going to go over 3 ways, and one of these ways hasn't been around probably for the last 10 or 15 years. So it's something that's coming back. You got to get involved, and you got to start now.
Money, 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 hard money, Mike. Money for real estate investing. Let's make money, 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 money. Hardmoneymike.com.
So how do you invest with no money out of your pocket, no money down? There's 3 main ways here in 2022, and a couple of them haven't even been around for a while. Number 1 is something tried and true, which is the BRRRR method. As more foreclosures happen, as we see more people actually property sitting on the market, you're going to get better deals. So as you're looking at this and setting up a true BRRRR purchase and refinance, you got to look at properties that could keep you into that 75% rule. And the 75% rule is as long as you're buying something that's 75% or less of the ARV, you could get into a property with 0 money out of your pocket. So you could buy rental properties. Yes, you're going to have to qualify for a loan, so you have to make sure your credit's good and all that stuff. But you could actually get into properties, and it's going to be more and more common in the next couple of years. I remember back in 2010, we would do 10 properties every year for couples as they were building their portfolio with no money out of their pocket. Those days are coming back. So if you're looking at BRRRR and setting it up, just remember, keep it at 75% or below the ARV, and you're going to be fine. Number 2 that I'm excited about, we're seeing more and more, and we will over the next 18 months as interest rates keep rising, as properties stay in the market longer, are subject tos. So subject to is just a method of buying a property, and you're taking over the mortgage from the person selling. So you actually go on title, you actually own the property, but you are actually just leaving the mortgage on their property. How does that help you? Many ways. Number 1, the interest rates are lower. So these are the loans that were originated a year, 2, 3 years ago that are maybe 2.5%, 3%. So your interest rate's a lot lower than if you were out there refinancing yourself. Number 2 is you don't have to refinance. It is not on your credit. It's not based on your income. You don't have to go through underwriting. You just have to find the person who has a property and they're typically properties that may be just at market that they can't sell and pay a realtor, and that's fine with subject tos because you're walking into a property typically with 0 money out of your pocket, and also a property that's already a couple of years into the amortization. So every payment that balance is going down, and it doesn't affect your credit, and it's nothing that you have to qualify for. So subject tos are a great way to accumulate a nice portfolio without going through all the hassles of finding the money. Another way that we're seeing, and we just helped a client set up a owner carry. So we had an instance where someone was selling a property. It was their parents' property, and they were going to sell it and then put the money in the bank and just live off some of the interest. And we helped her, the buyer, go through and say, instead of taking that money, putting it in a bank and maybe making 1%, why don't you just do an owner carry? Why don't you just sell me the property, put a lien on the property, so you're going to be the mortgage person. The person who's selling it is also going to hold the mortgage, deed of trust, whatever you want to call it, and they're going to make payments to them. It's a benefit because that person was just going to put the money in the bank and maybe make 1 or 2%, and they could pay someone 4 or 5%. Once again, no qualifying, no credit, and actually a better rate than they could get on the open market. So if you're looking at ways to get into properties right now, 2022, with no money down, you got to look at BRRRR. You got to start getting into the subject tos and also the owner carries. Those are ways that you could get in now and build a portfolio that'll build that generational wealth we always talk about. So real estate strategies with subject to, since it hasn't been around, we haven't done a lot of it in the last, probably in the last 12 years since the last crash. What is it? What does it look like? What isn't it? That's what I just wanted to go through real briefly. So subject to, as I mentioned a little bit earlier, is all it is you're buying a property subject to them leaving their mortgage on the property. You still want to go through a proper closing because you want to make sure they don't have other liens that you don't know about and you're going to be responsible for because you're going to take over that lien. So you'll actually go through a closing, maybe even get title insurance if you want to do that, but at least get a title report to verify there's nothing else out there. and then you are going to actually take and change ownership into your name, into your LLC's name, whatever it may be. Since this is a private transaction, just subject to the old mortgage, you can put that property in any name you want. Now, some people may say like, hey, well, the lender may call the mortgage. They may actually not allow you to do that. That typically never happens. I don't think I've ever heard of that because number one, the servicing company, the company that actually has that person's mortgage, they don't usually break even for, until year 3 or 4. They buy that mortgage. When someone originates that mortgage, they buy it. They have to pay for it. So their break even point is 3 years. As long as you're paying the payment on time, you're not causing any friction, any issues, typically they're never going to call it because they make money every time you make the payment. So they do not want to pay it off. So subject twos are a great way for you to jump in and make the money. Don't worry about the loan actually being called, but do make sure you actually put your name on the property so you own it. And you actually have to negotiate also with the seller. Like maybe they'll only allow you to do it 3, 4, 5 years. That's just negotiations you have to come up with. The other nice thing is typically, as long as you show that you've made the payments and they have an agreement with you for at least 12 months, sometimes just a little bit longer, they could actually qualify for another mortgage on another property without that one hurting them or going against their debt ratio when they actually go through a traditional thing. So they're going to look at maybe doing a subject to just because they don't want to mess with their credit. They don't want to get into a foreclosure and they can't sell the property. So it's an opportunity to pick up many properties without worrying about your credit, worrying about your income, worrying about what actually the property is in place. If you have any questions, we have some great information coming out on subject twos because we know it's going to be hot, and we'll put a link below. And also you can just reach out to us anytime if you have any questions because we've seen hundreds and thousands, and we're actually going to jump in and buy some too, using actually other people's money also. So if you have any questions, check below and we can help you out with some of the details of the subject twos. So how do you make sure that subject twos or even owner carries are a good investment in this period? Number one, it's just like anything else. You want to buy properties that are in good locations because what's going to happen as more foreclosures come out, there's more REITs and investment companies buying rental properties, which typically means areas will become rental areas and maybe the upkeep isn't as good in those particular areas. So you're going to have to look at location. You're also going to have to look at how long do you want to carry this property and does the person who's selling it to you agree to those terms. So you want to make sure that you're all in, you have a plan, you're actually following your plan, and you have some flexibility on what could happen. You also want to look at some different options with it. Maybe it's just renting it, maybe it's doing a lease to own or a contract for deed. The good thing about contract for deed or even, rent to own, lease purchase, whatever it is typically those people will give you down payment money. That down payment money is money that comes in that maybe allows you to do the fix-ups that's required, or just put a reserve together, or it's just money in your pocket. It's just a nice lump sum up front. So you really want to look at, just like anything else, when you're looking at a property, are the terms good? How much longer do they have to pay, and what do they require you to do? Maybe they're saying you only have 3 years and you got to pay us off. So those things you have to look at, and then you're maybe going to have to get rid of the property before you even think about it. But the one thing with subject twos, you're going to probably get into it with a higher loan to value. Maybe you're at 90, 95%. I've seen people even buy properties and they're over 100% because they know it's no money out of their pocket. It's going to amortize down, and pretty soon, over time, they're going to either own a property free and clear, or the market's going to go back up, and they've just created wealth without using any of their own credit, going through the underwriting process, any of those things. It's a way to build a real estate portfolio if you have no experience, if you have no money, any of those things. Even if you have experience in money, this is a great way to jump into real estate investing or actually expand your real estate investing portfolio. So how do you create this generational wealth in this kind of market using either the subject twos or even owner carries. And you're probably going to find more subject twos than owner carries because there's not a lot of people who just own them free and clear and they want to take over or let you take over the property with nothing into it and them actually holding the mortgage. But if you do find those people and you have questions, we have done thousands and thousands of transactions, so let us know. We can help you. We can make sure it's set up good for both of you and it's done right so they don't come back and say like the notes do anything else like that. So check with us. But also you want to make sure on the subject twos when you're doing it that you have the terms and everything correct that benefit you, that you're working with. So you want an agreement with the actual seller of the property who's going to leave their mortgage on there on how long they're going to leave it, what you're going to do, what they're going to do. That way they can't call you in 3 or 4 years and say you have to pay it off. You want to know your terms, you want to know those things. The other thing you have to really look at when you're getting into subject twos, especially if you're going for volume, and volume is where you're going to make that big money. So you want to maybe look at, instead of 5 or 10 properties, maybe 50 or 100 properties. So that sometimes means you're going to have to bring money in to help them move, to maybe fix a few things up, maybe even to carry it for a few months while you're finding a renter. And one strategy that we recommend, we actually help people with, is bringing in a partner that has that $10, $20, $30, $50,000 into a property and actually setting up a partnership with them. So they bring in the money to help the person move, they bring in the money to help it fix it up or to even carry it for a while, and they get part of the rent. So you're not, on the hold or you're not liable for their payments. It's based on the rents and they maybe get a little bit of the upside. But that allows you to expand quickly because it's no money out of your pocket. Someone else is maybe getting a 5, 6, maybe 10% return on their money. They're happy. It's in real estate. It's secured. It is a great way. So if you're thinking about rapidly expanding in subject twos and the only thing that's holding you back is those, maybe it's a wholesaler fee, maybe it's the move fee, whatever it is, you really have to look at bringing in some other people's money. We call it real OPM. We have a lot of great information on our YouTube channel on that, or you could just reach out to us and we'd be glad to help you through that. But to really expand, to really get this big, take care of this, take advantage of this opportunity, you're going to need other people's money unless you have a lot of it. And you should really look at the real OPM to expand. So last, I just wanted to go through, since it hasn't been around for a while, is an example of a subject to. What does it look like when you find someone? So typically what you're going to have is someone in a property that can't make payments or has to move. They're moving because of their job, because they get transferred, whatever it is, and they can't sell it. Maybe it's because, paying 6% for realtor fees, 2% for closing, all those things will leave them upside down. So instead of actually losing money, they would rather have someone just take it over, make the payments. They could move. They don't have any other issues. Maybe you give them a little incentive to move. So you're going to find people who are needing, or maybe they're just behind in payments and they don't want to go through a foreclosure. They don't want to mess up their credit. That takes 7 years. So the people that are typically in situations that they cannot get out of without messing up or costing them a lot more are the people who are interested in subject twos. And once you find them, what it is you go through a typical closing, because what you want to make sure is that there is nothing more on that property, because you're going to be the owner. You're going to be liable for anything as far as liens on that property when you purchase it. So you want to go through a title company. You want to at least get a title report or do a title closing that transfers the property into your name, but also make sure there's no other liens on the property that you do not know about. Maybe they have a first, a second, or maybe they have judgments. You don't want them to follow the property with you and then you be way under market. So you want to make sure you go through a title closing. You want to make sure the property is now deeded into your name, your LLC, whatever it is, so that you actually own it. And then you're going to set up on the other side payments into their mortgage company. Sometimes people use a third party like an escrow company where they make the payments into it and that escrow company pays the mortgage. That gives the person who's selling the property a little bit more it actually gives them a good feeling that the payments are going to be made because a third party is making them. So if you set this up and they're worried about making payments, you just say, we're going to set it up with an escrow company. It might cost you $5 or $10 a month. That's pretty cheap for getting 2.5% or 3% interest rate. So you set it up that your payments go into the escrow company, and the escrow company makes sure all the payments are made. After that, it's just finding either a renter, someone who wants to buy a contract for deed, or even better, a lease, a rent to own, or a lease purchase where they're actually bringing in maybe, I see it all the time, 10 or 15% down payment, which covers everything that you probably have into the property, plus gives you some operating income also. So when you're looking at a subject to, make sure you understand that their loan is going to stay on the property. You want to transfer ownership into your name, and you may need a third party to make payments so they feel comfortable in making sure that their loan is paid and that you're not going to mess with their credit in the future. Because remember, this is not on your credit, it is on their credit, and this gives them just a little more comfort level that you're going to actually take care of their credit. So make sure you take these steps, make sure you get title, maybe make sure you set up the escrow, and the subject twos will run clean, easy, and you can just do them one after the other. So we all understand that real estate investing is all about leverage. So you're going to need bankers, you're going to need hard money lenders, and you're really going to need other people's money if it's subject twos, whatever it is. So the money fuels your business. It's what creates the speed in your business. It's we say real estate investing is the vehicle to get to there. The money is the fuel. And the better your fuel mix, the better you're going to actually take advantage of this market and what's happening. So that's why we created this 30-day Fuel Up Challenge. I think it would give you the benefit. It'll help you get in front of your competition. It's a way for you to succeed over them. We've been doing this for 23 years. We've done billions of dollars in private notes. We work with banks. We work with other hard money lenders. We understand putting the right fuel into your business is the right way to create real estate generational wealth. So if you're interested, we'll have a link below. We look forward to hearing from you, and as always, happy investing.